Treasury Star Parade. Produced under the personal direction of William A. Bacher with John Garfield, David Brookman, his orchestra and chorus, and Miss Ilka Chase as our mistress of ceremonies.
This is Ilka Chase, ladies and gentlemen, in another of the programs brought to you by the Treasury Department. Today we start our broadcast with a quotation. The world situation at the present time indicates that the hope of civilization rests on the worthy banners of the courageous Russian army. Those are the words of our own courageous General Douglas MacArthur. And today America salutes the courage and stamina and determination of the new Russia, of their youth, vital and strong and proud, of their girls, at home, in factories, tilling their farms, even flying planes or sailing ships or fighting side by side with their men. With a spirit and fortitude which has no equal in history, this new Russia has resisted and thrust back the juggernaut that threatened to overrun the earth. Defeat is not in them. Their spirit is unconquerable. Their courage has given them a stature unequaled among men. Laughing and singing, they pour by the millions into their front line against the enemy. Laughing and singing, but with purpose in their stride and determination in their eyes. Have you heard the new music of the new Russia? Have you heard those marching songs? The power and the spirit and the beat of them, they sound round the world. Hear David Brookman and his chorus of voices in a magnificent performance of the new Russian Red Army tank song.
Our tanks are of steel, the might of our fury, the foeman shall feel. Our gears are a forward, we never retreat. Our guns roar a warning of death and defeat. This country is ours. Invader, be wary, we rally to rebels from near and afar. Our flag through your cowardly ranks we will carry, for victory follows the Soviet star.
John Garfield.
On the Russian front, complete with its army of men, its tank corps, artillery, kitchens, hospitals, and correspondence. How can they tell this story? A communique is a dull thing.
There have been no changes on the Colonine front.
Or?
Our troops succeeded in liberating the village of M in the S sector.
Or?
The guerrilla detachment O captured 2 enemy tanks and disabled 6 enemy trucks.
Terse, brief, casual. But as these words from our Russian front are strung together, they form the steel ring which spells defeat for Hitler and freedom for the peoples of the world. There are other words, words written by the soldier on the field, not by the general staff. Here is a letter written by the Red Army man Boris Gorbatov to an American friend. Dear friend in America, they have just read the order to us. At dawn, we go into battle. Next to me is my rifle. It is American-made. A message from you that I answer. Someday I shall recall this night, the night of October 30th. I shall remember the moon drifting over the Don steppes and how the stars shivered as though chilled. How often have I seen this moon? But tonight it is an old friend. Will I see this moon again? One wants to live very much. I want to live, to breathe, to be able to walk, to see the sky over my head. Yes, I even want to see America, the United States of America. I would like to see an American street, an American people. And I would like to stand in an American town. And though your people would not understand me, I would like to say to them as they pass me, thank you, friends. Thank you. Yes, I would like to live. But I do not want to live just any kind of a life. Last night a man crawled into our trench from the other side. Escaped from the fascists. He came crawling on swollen legs, on skinned and bloody elbows. When he saw us, his own people, he began to cry. He kept shaking hands. He wanted to embrace everyone. We gave him some bread and butter and tobacco. I saw the man's back. I could look at nothing else. It had been only a month and a half that this man had lived under fascist rule, but his back was bowed, as if during the entire month and a half he had walked around bowing low, turning and twisting his back, trembling in anticipation of blows. One wanted to shout, straighten out! Throw out your shoulders! You're among your own! I said to myself, this is what the fascists have in store for me. For you, for all of us, a life with a broken back. I go into battle soon, not for the little grayish hillock in front of us, nor to capture the pillbox. No, the fight is for bigger stakes, for the decision as to who is to be the master of my fate, Hitler or I. Until now, you and I, each one of us has been the master of his own destiny. Now the fascist wants to be the master. He will trample your today and he will steal your tomorrow. He will deprive you of your home and you will be driven back into the rain and the mud. He may let you live because he needs beasts of burden. He will trample on your dreams and spit on your hopes. Did you hope that your son would one day be a scientist? But the fascists have no use for scientists. They have herded their own in concentration camps. You have watched over and cherished your daughter. You are proud of your wife. But in slavery, women grow old and their backs are bent. Do you honor your parents? The fascists have no use for the old, so they must starve. Do you remember my old father? When I left, he laughed and cried, and he said he wanted to fight too. He said, I was born a slave, but I will die a free man. Dear friend, I looked through the night with the eyes of a man who, because of the nearness of battle and possible death, can see far ahead through many nights and many days and many months. And over mountains of sorrow I see victory. The most terrible battle is on. Compromises are impossible now. There is no choice. To strangle, to destroy, to end once and for all the Hitler beast. And when the last fascist is in his grave, when the last volley from the howitzers is discharged, only then will the horrible nightmare be dispelled. A stillness, a great unbroken stillness of victory will then come, and we will hear the relieved sigh of all mankind. Then smoke will burst forth from the rebuilt factories, and the fields will be warm and bright. A truly great and precious life in a free world, a brotherhood of all people. For such a life, dying is not too much. It is not death, it is immortality. It is daybreak. Never did life appear so beautiful. Yes, I love life very much. That is why I'm going into battle. I'm going to fight for life, for the happiness of my children, so that one day I can press into the folds of my great coat the curly head of my little daughter. The sun is rising. It is the sun of battle. I hold fast to the American gun. My fate is in my hands at the sharp point of my bayonet. My fate, the fate of my family, of my country, of all people everywhere. There is no fear, no confusion in my heart, no compassion for the enemy, only a hatred, a fierce hatred. This is our battle to the death. Across many lands and many oceans, I clasp your hand, my American friend. Here I go.
This is the end of the letter. In the communique for that day, it is written,
In the southern sector, our troops advanced.
Our troops advanced. Our troops are advancing everywhere so that the good people of the world may live in freedom and peace. Let no American forget that all over this earth, the struggling troops of the Russians, the Chinese, the British, and the free fighting forces of the occupied nations are as much our own as our own Americans. We are fighting the same battle, and because we are the youngest and strongest people, we are as a bulwark to the rest of the world. But the long words and the fine sentiments are not enough. Our boast is that we're a practical race. We can put our ideas into concrete reality. They cost money, and we have the money to spend. Every single American should contribute at least 10% of his income to our war effort through the purchase of war bonds. Don't forget, you give nothing. You do make a sound financial investment for your own future. Give $1 out of every 10. It's quite extraordinary, the kick you'll get out of your remaining 9. We must fight, work, and save for victory.
The United States Treasury Department wishes to thank Mr. H.S. Kraft for the material read by John Garfield, the distinguished artists who gave their talents to this performance, and the Hollywood Victory Committee for its courtesy in arranging for their appearance on this program, and this station for the use of its facilities.